selling? And hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Husker fans, head coach Amy Williams and your Husker women's basketball team want to see you at Pinnacle Bank Arena this season. Season tickets are on sale now. Reserve your spot to cheer on the Huskers as they take on some of the best teams in the Big Ten and around the country. Opponents include Creighton, Maryland, Indiana, Iowa, and more. To buy tickets, go to huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. They have a full season of fun set for this year. For promotional information, visit huskers.com.
Are you working in or looking to get into the electrical construction industry? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
Hi, it's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I know the new Honda sales are going really good right now at Honda of Lincoln, and with that, a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in. Can you tell our listeners about your pre-owned selection?
I'm happy to, Charlie. Like you said, with new Honda sales going very good, we have a lot of fresh trade-ins coming in daily, and not just Hondas. We have just about every maker model you can imagine, with over 100 pre-owned and certified pre-owned to choose from, and prices starting at just $5,900.
Wow, what about financing?
We have financing as low as 3.29% APR on certified Accords and CRV.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're here, Old School. I'm Boss Norman, joined in studio by DP on the Allo VIP line. Jay Foreman. Aloe Fiber does sponsor the VIP line. They understand exceptional service with local heart. Appreciate them, all they do for their VIP line that they give us, as well as Aloe Channel 951. And of course, we start the show off with Jay Foreman on that Aloe VIP line. Jay, tell the people who Old School is brought to you by.
By the Mercado Certified Piedmontese Special Ingredients and Butcher Shop, located at 84th and Havelock and 30th and Yankee Hill. Every type of meat and every type of cut. Hopefully everybody went and got their Friday lunch special. I know they post them sometimes, and so do I, but it's always it's good grub down there on Friday at the Mercado.
That it is. Lot to get to. We did get the name of the Michigan leaker. His name's out there. We
Leaky.
Might get into that, but Nebraska-Northwestern, we're there. Midpoint of the season for the Huskers. Trying to take it a week at a time. You know, Northwestern's the next challenge in, what would that be, about 22 hours and 15 minutes or so. We'll have kickoff with our pregame coverage starting here at 11. I'll throw this to you first, Jay. DP, hop in whenever you have a thought. Jay, what does it mean to go week to week for this Nebraska program right now? Matt Rule talked about it earlier this week, how big picture thinking isn't good for the program, hasn't been good for a while. How do you just drill down on a week to week basis?
I mean, that's something that you just gotta, you gotta preach and it's gotta be part of your DNA every day. And that's, if he's going to be preaching it, you got to live it. And so, that's what he's doing. He's trying to win every day. And when you start stacking wins, then you're going to start stacking plays. And obviously before the plays will become practices and good meetings and stuff like that. So when you think about trying to stack a good season together or put together a season of being, bowl eligible in Nebraska's case, you got to look at it week to week basis. Now you'd like to be at the point there where you have carryover to say, okay, well, we've seen some improvement, in this area. We can expect it to be even better next week, or you can see something that they're working on that might not be really good in the present time, but will be in, say, 3 or 4 games. Nebraska has a razor thin margin for error, and that's why you have to go week to week and make sure that the focus is, the task at hand. Because, I call it dealing with success, right? You win one game, and then next thing you know, you have everybody, anointing you Big Ten West champions, which has happened on multiple years and seasons and staffs in the past. And so that's what you're trying to eliminate, not trying to think too far down the road and deal with the task at hand, and then reset and do it again. And then when you look back at it, then you can see some hopefully consistent play, and especially with the opportunities last 6 games, you can really, make some moves in the Big Ten West, but then also move the needle of your program in the right direction, especially with, 4 teams coming in from the Pac-12 that are coming in with some success and cachet. But then also, as things are changing in college football, you don't want to lose any more, I guess, ranking points or style points or respect points, any further after the season.
Yeah, I was trying to control my vibe today, Jay. Like, okay, I woke up this morning, what Trey said, I woke up this morning angry because I felt like everything was in line for Nebraska to have not only have success tomorrow, but lots of success and good kind of success. That, well, if you take one step against a team that you should be able to take that step against, and almost in a perfect lineup for who Nebraska needs to play the way Nebraska says they want to play, right? Physical, smart football, mistake-free, physical and finishing football. So if I was going to go through the Big Ten and the Big Ten West and say who is it that fits that MO, it's Northwestern. And it's here. You got an 0-2 team who's played terribly on the road, terribly, with a coach who's telling you, I've never played in a room that big. I don't know how I'm going to communicate in a room that big. And then with a new quarterback, interim coach, and certain players that just meet the profile of what Nebraska wants to face. Jay, I feel like this. I expect, in the words of the old Gordon Soley from Pro Wrestling, I expect Nebraska to stomp a mud hole in Northwestern tomorrow. Am I out of line?
No, you're right in line. I mean, that's what the expectations should always be. But right now, stomping a mud hole in is getting that W. And really, it's not. When I'm thinking about it, it's not mistake-free football. It's catastrophe-free football. That's what's really plagued Nebraska in the past with past stats, right? And how do you eliminate that? And that's honing in on the fine details, keep hammering them home, no matter who it is, and how hard it is when you're doing it in the present moment. That you got to make sure that you're laying this foundation and bricks down to build something in the future. So, I think it's just one of those things. The approach is you can't really project what your success will be against Northwestern because Maryland couldn't do that after Nebraska beat them, and then they lost to Illinois, right? Or after Nebraska beat Illinois, Maryland can say, well, we should just steamroll them. So the best way is to prepare that you're going to get the best Northwestern possible. That's the one that put 21 answer points on Minnesota. That's the one I'm preaching about. That's the one I'm talking about. Because anything less than that obviously plays in Nebraska's favor. But if you prepare and expect their best, nothing will catch you by surprise. Therefore, you lessen the chances of having a catastrophe happen out there on on Saturday afternoon at 2:30. So Northwestern is going to be Northwestern. They're going to come in. They haven't lost all the things that they've built that program on. With Fitzgerald, they're going to be tough. They're going to play hard. They're going to be disciplined. They're not overly talented. So you see what you get, and you just got to go get it. So you got to do the things that what you need to do in order to win games, and that's stay out of your own way, play good against the run, force them to pass, especially if you have a backup quarterback. Don't give up explosive plays and win on first and second down on offense. And you'll be sitting in a really good position, not only to win the game, but obviously, like you say, stop a mud hole in them.
Mistake-free versus catastrophe-free is just rattling around my head right now because it feels like Nebraska's mistakes could be limited to just that, but they turned into catastrophes. The one that came to mind right away for me, or I guess the two, would have been the punt return for a touchdown against Michigan State, where he punted the wrong direction and it snowballs. Right. They take it back for a touchdown. Or later that year, Iowa. You have a multiple possession lead. They block the punt. They end up punching it in, but you're still ahead. That didn't have to be a catastrophe, but you point back and say that mistake became a catastrophe. How does Nebraska keep a mistake from compounding? Have you seen enough from Nebraska to think they can stop a mistake at being a mistake? Or are you still worried that mistakes have too much of a tendency to become catastrophes for this team?
Well, I think for the most part, they've been able to, stop the tidal wave of series or plays that, compound to go into series and then, quarters and halves and games. First example is, you throw a red zone touchdown or interception, in the first game of the season, you come right out of halftime, big punt return, kind of a trick play touchdown, right? So you're able to subside it and get the momentum back on your side. You get down 20-7 against Colorado, you walk the ball down, and then obviously you have unfortunate, I guess snap issue with 44, coming across in motion. So they've shown the ability to bounce back. They showed it even against Illinois at times. Look, you come out there, kick the ball off, you kind of punch yourself in the face or stub your toe, lose and contain a couple times, and then you're able to bow your neck up and stop them at, on the 4th and 1, and then you're off and rolling. You seem like you're rolling on a halftime. The fourth quarter of football was not good on either side, but you're able to not let that lead into any more points than 7. So I think they've shown, obviously, without a doubt, a much higher rate or ability to overcome it. But, like you said, you want the mistakes just to be normal football mistakes. You don't want them to be, like even Notre Dame's case, they're playing Ohio State. You got 10 guys on the field, not one, but 2 plays, right? That's a huge mistake. To happen here in Lincoln, the world would be in and all hell break loose, especially if you lost the game and that contribute to losing the game. So, it's not, Nebraska's not the only one, and so nobody else is immune to this. So when you haven't had a lot of winning seasons and you're trying to correct it, you have to make sure you're diving into the details, and that's why you have to be week to week. Right now, singular focus on those 6 or 7 days in between games is all that they can focus on, winning those days and putting in, consistent good effort, and then not allow you to go out there and be able to, play more freer. You have guys that'll play with more confidence under pressure. They'll have the ability to even think about coming back after a bad play, right? You even see it sometimes with Heinrich Harburg where he looks completely off in a series, and then, he comes back and they get him in a play call in a situation and he throws it right in there. So there's strides that they've done. So I feel a lot more confident, that they're able to do it. But, the one thing I want to see them against Northwestern, I want to see them dictate the pace. Don't ooze into a game like this. Come right out of the bye week, like a missile, and then, make them adjust, and then, be able to finish it and take it home.
Yeah, that's the part when Matt Rule made the statement that, it's more important for us to finish strong than to start strong. And I just kind of went, oh, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Because it's just, anytime you give a new team an excuse not to, that excuse becomes the way.
They will take it.
Like that 100% becomes the way. And we know that over the course of years, we now know that. But Jay, I want to ask you, who's the guy, and outside of the usual suspects, but who has to show up tomorrow in the biggest, newest, best way for Nebraska to be successful?
I think it's two. I think the offensive line has to continue along with the steps of moving forward. So they need to set the pace, right, against that defensive line. They should be thinking about getting some get back after last year, right? And then I think then the other guy, and I know he's a usual suspect, but he's tied to these young receivers. It has to be Billy Kemp starting fast, and then that's going to give the three, I don't know, the three amigos or whatever you want to call them, the three freshmen, even more confidence to take a deep breath and then start to play with more confidence in themselves. So Billy Kemp has to be the party starter. He's going to have to make a play, and a play isn't, taking it, a 3-yard hitch and 60 yards. A play is doing what you're supposed to do, like if he's running a spacing route against the zone, sit down against the zone, get upfield, get a quick first down. That's going to lessen the pressure on Malachi, Jalen, and Doss, that they have to be Superman. And then that's going to show them is make the simple plays look spectacular, and then the offense will open up after that.
I think it's all boxes that can be checked. I just, in my head, Harburg has to be the best quarterback on the field by a lot. But then, defensively and offensively, the lines have to dominate. Like, I know it's play, press, repeat, but there's a reason why, especially in the Big Ten, especially at home, if you can force, and again, this is a defense that's held by average 1.8 yards a carry. Even if you include Michigan, it's still, those numbers still apply. And then in the run game, that if you're willing to give up 4.7 yards a rush and Nebraska's averaging 5, just do what you do without the nonsense. Like, I don't think it's asking for too much.
No, it's just do what you need to do. And then, eventually, the game will open up. And so, but, you really got to start out with urgency. You don't let them, kind of slop around, as far as Northwestern goes, and slop around and stay in this game. Dictate the pace right from the get-go. Come out there and execute and overpower them with your will, but then more importantly, your execution, right? And so, if they do that and have the mindset that they're, going to come out of the box, fast and get the confidence and excitement going, let's learn from what we didn't do against Illinois, right? 20-7, they kind of handed on a platter that we could, put 40 points up there by having all those opportunities in their red zone. Then let's really finish, and then let's lay a big number on them. Let's send a little bit of shockwaves through the Big Ten West of, Nebraska isn't the same old Nebraska. They're playing against an opponent that's always kind of been a thorn in their side, got up on them, and then finished them. That's the thing that'd be really, cool to come out of the game with. And then obviously all the yards and all this other stuff would be great as well.
Nebraska might dominate, might not. I think that's a big ask, but control the game. Just have it in two hands.
Control themselves.
Well, that's part of it, right? Control yourself. It's Nebraska versus Nebraska. It is. And that's where, last thing for this segment before we take our first break of the show, Jay, you would know, having played, football at a high level, bye week, I'm sure is nice to get a little bit of, recovery from, being hit by someone else. You're obviously still working. Do you like the timing of this bye week at the exact midpoint for Nebraska, or would you have liked them to have gotten this Northwestern game last week and then a break between Northwestern and Purdue, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the perfect world, yes. But if they would have, been able to beat Illinois and then it was a guarantee you beat Northwestern, then yeah, sure, a week later. But I think for the injuries at the wide receiver position and the magnitude of losing to Marcus Washington in your last game, the bye week is at the perfect time for them. It gives the young guys and the guys that are going to be playing. So you think of Bullock, Hahn, Billy Kemp, and the 3 freshmen, and also the two tight ends that are both young as far as experience. Time to, self-scout, self-assess, get, a little bit healthy, rest a little bit, but then also get better and dive into their playbook and then also learn each other more, right? Because you got to think, depending on who they are or where they were at the beginning of camp, they caught a majority of their passes, even all the way back to, to the spring from Jeff Sims. And so they got to learn Heinrich Harburg and how he releases, how to track his ball and stuff like that in a bye week when you need it and when you need to be able to be a little bit more explosive in the pass game. And then I think Marcus Satterfield said you need to be a little bit more explosive. You need time to do that. And so that's what the bye week this year for this team, I think, came at the perfect time.
That's Jay Foreman, DP in studio. I'm Austin Norman. We'll take a break. More Old School on 93.7 to take it in just a minute.
You're listening to Old School with DP and Jay. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is this you? You feel the same way every day, and it's not good. You may think there's a magic pill that can fix you. There isn't. Limitless Male has found that the majority of men who admit they feel bad are suffering with low testosterone, which can cause these symptoms: low energy, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, low libido. Sound familiar? Get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. Your first consult is free. Insurance accepted.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Are you looking for a night of epic fun without breaking the bank? Look no further than Sun Valley Lanes and Games. Join us for our late night special every Sunday through Thursday night and enjoy nonstop action with our Unlimited Fun promotion. Unlimited Fun includes everything you need for an unforgettable night out: unlimited bowling, unlimited laser tag, and unlimited lucky putt mini golf. Show a valid college or military ID at check-in and get $2 off your admission. Visit the daily rates page at sunvalleylanes.com for complete details.
Sun Valley. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is now open in Lincoln. Shop our expansive collection of wine, beer, spirits, and cigars at 5040 North 27th Street. From top-shelf liquor to crowd-favorite beer, Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits has a beverage for every taste and every budget. Plus, join our loyalty program to earn rewards and save on future purchases. Shop Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits at 5040 North 27th Street in Lincoln. That's 5040 North 27th Street.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
The weather is getting colder, the leaves are falling, and hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back on old school efforting Jay Foreman. He was on the line, then he wasn't on the line.
Then he wasn't, and then
so
he was, and then he wasn't. Shout out to the picture window at 11th and O Streets. Lincoln, Nebraska always delivers. Always delivers.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you're on the stream, and I hope that you pay attention during the commercials, because we get some of the best walk-bys during commercials. We just had a Kelly Green, Randall Cunningham jersey. The Kelly Green, Reggie White, Randall Cunningham jersey just stroll by. And then we had a gentleman.
The guy before the show?
Yeah. Before the gentleman who, quite frankly, was a vibe. Not sure what the vibe was, but it's 75. Is 75 topless weather?
It was for that guy.
Bro,
in
was
October
out.
it was.
Yeah, bro was out. Like he was, and was supermodel walking it. Like he was walking like, that's right. Own it, work it, own it, own it. Like
he was.
Yeah.
I believe we have Jay Foreman back.
All right.
Jay, you wanted to talk Ohio State, Penn State. What's on your mind with Buckeyes, Nittany Lions?
I mean, it's a big game. I mean, I think it's, the 2 biggest games of the conference is Minnesota on the road at Iowa. Can PJ Fleck get off the side of being 0 for 8, which is weird because, right, you think when you win, when he had that magical year, I think they went 11-2, and he had a couple, I think, 9-win seasons. Was really good last year, and obviously they really choked last year. You would just think that PJ Fleck has turned that program around tenfold, and he has never beaten Iowa. And then also when you look at Penn State, I think they're 2 and maybe like 9 or 10 against Ohio State, obviously the last 11 years. But it's weird because when you think of all the players that Penn State's had, right, from Michael Parsons, Saquon Barkley, plethora of receivers, tight end, defensive players, all even at the very end, Navarro Bowman and all the linebackers, defensive linemen, Joey Porter Jr. This is actually the best team and the most talented team that he's going to show up and play a light opponent with. And so the pressure on James Franklin, after it was a foregone conclusion that he would have almost, been in LSU or gone last year and got a big pay raise. And he has a four-star, quarterback in Drew Aller who hasn't thrown an interception. The time is now, and you have to capitalize it. So I think the two coaches with the what's funny is the two coaches with the biggest personality that have really done a lot at their program, and they've actually been so successful at their program that people are trying to poke holes in the huge successes that they've had and try to let all the air out with like little safety pins. Have the most pressure on them this weekend, and both of them are playing on the road. Both of them are playing at and against opponents that they have had little to no success against, but they both control kind of the outcomes of the Big Ten West. In Minnesota's case, if they're able to upset Iowa wins. Essentially, they need a win or two, and they're in Indianapolis. And if Penn State wants to get into the college football playoff picture, this is it. They have to win this game. They can't come down to trying to beat Michigan or having to beat Michigan, regardless of how many erroneous scouts that Michigan has up there stealing signals. So the pressure is on both of those universities, and they're actually, I think, going to be really good games. I think that the Minnesota-Iowa game will be more than 30 points. I think that Minnesota will not let them score on defense and special teams. Therefore, just like when Nebraska went there, once the pressure goes on that defense and that offense to produce, it's actually a whole different Iowa team. But nobody's been able to crack the code this year except one time. And so if Minnesota can do it, PJ gets off the schneid. And then as far as Ohio State and Penn State, if they're able to establish the run and make sure Ohio State doesn't get their run going, Penn State wins.
Jay, to quote the great philosopher from the great state of Minnesota, Richard Fleer, to be the man, you have to beat the man. And Minnesota, if they want to be that version that PJ Fleck claims that they are, they have to beat Iowa. And Penn State has to beat Ohio State. Like, you can't get yourself in the conversation if you can't win the two winnable games.
Yeah, I mean, look, Minnesota's offense has not been as advertised. I mean, you're not lying to anybody saying that. But their defense is the funny thing about their defense, the defense has been a top 12 defense the last 4 years, and not including this year. They wanted to improve their pass rush, right? So they have more sack numbers out of their defensive line, the four down linemen, but they give up more explosive plays. So it's kind of like, be careful what you ask for, because that type of change in philosophy can go over and put more pressure on the offense. And when you got Callum McCanis throwing the ball 40 times, when you'd actually like to lean on Darius Taylor, the running back, and then obviously the controlled passing game, sometimes you start to get up in the 30, 40 pass attempts, and that doesn't lead to success. And so it's all, continuity football, I'll see all three phases. But PJ Fleck has to get off the schneid, or it'll become too stale, kind of like Glenn Mason was there, a long time ago. And even with Jerry Kill, where you're like, oh, this Minnesota, they'll be 7-8 and they'll pop in a 10-win season, but they'll never be a true contender in the, second tier in the Big Ten. They're more like a 2.5 tier as far as where the rankings are in the Big Ten, and especially with the new Big Ten. They want to definitely make a move, and it starts this week down in Iowa City.
I do have to laugh. You said the word stale with maybe the most dynamic personality in PJ Fleck. I think of him as the guy that wears out his welcome long before he gets stale, but he's been at Minnesota a long time now in this day and age of college coaches. Like, that is fully PJ Fleck's program. And the fact he hasn't beaten Iowa yet, that would have to be validating to some degree and might kickstart Minnesota being what Minnesota's been if they're able to get it done, right?
Yeah, it's a little stale when you come in and you do such things, and you have that magical year, and it's a little bit stale because you're doing good things. And I wouldn't say you're okay with losing, to say like they lost to Illinois, 1 year. They're like, oh, that was luck, right? especially like last year if they lost to Illinois or something like that. But when you lost to Iowa continuously, then you become a little stale. Then it's like, can your philosophy, can your personality overcome Kirk Ferentz and the paint drying type of offense and personality? So then that's where it becomes, a little bit, a little bit of a staleness there, because Jerry Kill was the same way. But then also I think a little bit, it's a little bit of your program hasn't been successful, and I saw this with Glenn Mason, where what he did at Minnesota wasn't good enough. Then that started to be getting stale. Then you bring Jerry Kill in. Now, granted, his was health related. And then there were some off the field issues, right? So that kind of made it even more stale. You got to be careful. You're not going to continue to kind of strike gold with the, in the comparison to where your football program is, right? A fourth or fifth time. This is 3 times that Minnesota's really out-hired their capabilities as a big-time program. Because, I think PJ Fleck has forced them to increase their, funding for their football program. He's already told you that we need to get Darius Taylor $400,000 or $500,000 for NIL to keep him here. Well, he's letting you know we got to up the ante. So he's done things that don't show up in the wins and losses. And without his personality and without his program where it's at, right, being respected, and I guess quote unquote being stale, you can't make those demands, and you can't get the players that he's able to get, and you can't keep him moving forward, because very easily, if he ends up going somewhere else or leaves, like say not on really good terms, you're going to be searching and flipping a coin with your eyes closed and not be able to guess whether heads or tails on your next hire.
Can we expect to hear from you pregame, postgame tomorrow, Jay Foreman?
For sure. Pregame, I'll call in. Postgame might be, a little hard because the game starts at 8 down here, and 8 o'clock. Boy, the game ain't gonna be over till like 11.
No, I had planned to be on being here to hold it down. So no worries, bro.
Yeah, my dad's going into the Ring of Fame tomorrow. So it's a really good time for him, and something that he's been really looking forward to, and we're excited. As a family, man. It's you got one more after this that that he needs to get to, and that's obviously NFL Hall of Fame, but the Ring of Honor, that means he's up in the rafters and stuff like that, and so it's something that's he's been quietly kind of been thinking, talking about it. And I was like, you asked him if he really wanted to do it. But now it's just something that's coming to fruition. It gets going with Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson. So it's a pretty cool class to go in with.
All right, Jay, enjoy your family time. Congratulations to your dad, Mr. Chuck Foreman, from all of us here at 93.7 The Ticket. We will hear from you when we hear from you.
Appreciate it, man.
There he is, Jay Foreman, Husker Hall of Famer, with us on our Allo VIP line, Allo Fiber, where they understand the importance of exceptional service with local heart. One more break here in hour 1 of Old School. We'll wrap it up, get you set for hour 2 after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Fall is officially here, which means it's the perfect time to get outdoors and stay moving. If you're someone who enjoys going on walks in fall weather, but you notice heel pain in your foot when you wake up, it could be a sign of plantar fasciitis. A visit to Fleet Feet Lincoln can help you find the shoes and inserts you need to avoid that pain. Their Fit ID machine takes a 3D image of your feet and picks the shoes that work best for you. Visit Fleet Feet Lincoln, located off of 70th and Pioneers Boulevard, so you can stay moving.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
The place you call home should always be a place of comfort. Warm and cozy in winter, cool and relaxing in summer. If your home isn't delivering the comfort you expect, call Bryant. It's more than just hot and cold to them. It's about providing the best comfort solutions. And Bryant gives you a full 24-month test drive on your home comfort system. Get full details at BryantLincoln.com or call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
The weather is getting colder, the leaves are falling, and hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa. Beginning October 13th, customers can take advantage of great cash and financing options on hot spring spas. Get up to $1,000 off a new High Life Collection spa or $500 off a new Limelight Collection spa when you pay in full, or get 0% APR for 60 months when you finance. This amazing offer ends October 23rd. Visit them at 33rd and Pioneers to learn more on how you can fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Kreekak, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that. It is what it is.
Well,
facts are facts.
Right, like you can leave it just so folks understand that sometimes in between in commercials, like we share things, and I try to explain. There's a thing that we used to do on the station. I used to do it. Tom and I used to do it, and then when I had one-on-one, I'd do it just because I like. Let's get wild, and I would pick my favorite comedy routines. And the ones that you could share, right? The ones that, because not all of them are shareable, but that's a thing that I probably want to bring back at some point somehow. Like the tickets, like old school comedy bit of the day. And for you gentlemen out there, I was in Patrice O'Neill mode, the late great Patrice O'Neill, and he does a bit about fishing. He compared dating to fishing. And Austin hadn't been familiar with it, and I wanted to share it with him. And I think it's fair. Austin, yeah, it
fits. It makes sense. Patrice threw that line out into the water, and he had me hooked. He got it right. He's not wrong. Well done.
Like it's just like if you're there, he just compared dating to fishing, and I have tears on my face because whenever and Patrice passed far too soon. But
good ones always do.
He was a comic, and he was raw and straightforward, but he was brilliant and funny. So I'd be willing to take your text, and you can tell me what's your favorite comedian and their favorite routine. So if you had to pick like one comic and one routine, like it's George Carlin 7 words for me.
Yeah, hard to argue.
Or, and it's 1A and 1B, because that's for this business. Leopard skin. For radio, the 7 words, that's kind of the gospel. So it keeps you within the lane. But for me, Richard Pryor, Mudbone. Mudbone is the greatest philosopher and storyteller that I've ever known. So you can text in, and whoever has, if you give me a routine that I haven't thought about that's really good, I'll get you Stars tickets.
Ooh, do it.
4 Stars tickets.
Do it.
Or if you don't have tickets, and only if you don't have tickets. So you have to tell me in the text if you have tickets for tomorrow's Northwestern game. We'll give you 2 tickets to the Northwestern game for the best comedian and their best routine. So just give me the name of the routine.
We got 4 of them in already.
Right? Like I think it's fair, right? Best comic and your favorite routine by that comic. And the best one, if it just rattles my, and again, I'm setting the standard. The bar is pretty high. That George Carlin 7 words and or Richard Pryor Mudbone. Are you familiar with Mudbone?
I'm not.
Okay, so I know what we're doing. We're going to go to break. Guess what Austin's going to listen to over the break?
I'm going to listen to Richard Pryor's Mudbone.
Yes, you are.
Can't wait.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Constructors, Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
Rosie Sports Bar and Grill. Open for lunch and dinner at 10th and P or at 1501 Center Park Road. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through October 24th are pre-packaged picana for just $7.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Fall is officially here, which means it's the perfect time to get outdoors and stay moving. If you're someone who enjoys going on walks in fall weather, but you notice heel pain in your foot when you wake up, it could be a sign of plantar fasciitis. A visit to Fleet Feet Lincoln can help you find the shoes and inserts you need to avoid that pain. Their Fit ID machine takes a 3D image of your feet and picks the shoes that work best for you. Visit Fleet Feet Lincoln, located off of 70th and Pioneers Boulevard, so you can stay moving.
The best way to learn about Southeast Community College is to visit. SCC's Career Days will provide you with a hands-on experience as you learn alongside SCC faculty and students and industry partners. Explore careers in healthcare, construction, ag, automotive, manufacturing, engineering, power sports, transportation, or technology. See your options at southeast.edu/visit SCC. SCC, your path to possible.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Bure's Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, hour number 2 on a Friday. Lots going on. It's Beat Northwestern week, and Jay Foreman is out with Pops. What is happening in Lincoln? The dress code is on fire. What is happening in Lincoln tonight?
Lincoln's happening in Lincoln tonight, Welcome to downtown Lincoln.
It is a dressed up Lincoln. It is. There's a phrase, sun's out, guns out. But the appropriate phrase tonight for Lincoln is sun's out, buns out. Is there a concert or something?
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
I'm looking at PBA and lead real quick.
Yeah, there's something going on in Lincoln tonight because we have different personality types out tonight. 402-464-5685. You guys know the Starter Hammond text line. You're on it. You're lighting it up. We'll get to the comedians and the segments. We'll also get to NFL pick'ems. We'll also get to college football pick'ems. All in the course of the next hour, set you up for game night tonight. I'm on Green. We'll take over from 6 to 6:40. And then Nick Sandert and Chris Raff will be out at Seacrest calling a big one out there for Friday night. And then we'll get you all set up for a full day of Huskers versus Northwestern coverage tomorrow. And then even so, a post game for the Huskers-Wisconsin volleyball game. So we're going to run late tomorrow, cover it through 7 o'clock, first serve at Devaney. But Austin, before we get into all that, let them know about the Mercado.
Certified Piedmontese, every type of meat, every type of cut. 2 Lincoln locations, 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill. And there's one in Omaha, too. I think it's on Maple Street out west.
Okay.
So there is one in Omaha for those of you who are listening on our app. That's a good way to get your ticket content if you're up in Omaha, watching on our streams, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well. So yeah, 3 locations in and around Lincoln and Omaha. It has the Jay Foreman seal of approval. What more do you need to know?
It's telling you everything. It's telling you everything. Okay, so a couple of things. One, so a pair of tickets for Northwestern. So you can put in the text whether you want the tickets or whether you have your own. I'm fine with that. If you have Northwestern tickets and you just want Lincoln Stars vouchers that you can use for any upcoming home game, I'll give you 4 vouchers, right? And I will let Austin give out a pair. I'll give out a pair where we can figure out of all these texts, which ones. So your favorite comedian and their best routine. So Austin, let's start at the first one. Let's get all the way through. You can just read them.
All right. Kent says Steve Martin, let's get small.
So good. Oh my goodness, it's so good. He was live in concert.
Okay.
Steve Martin in an arena. And this is when King Tut was number 1. But through that, he was telling jokes. And it's Steve Martin, I think it was him at his highest level. Like the stand-up was amazing. Really good. Okay, that's a good start. That's a high standard.
6869 just says George Lopez, but didn't give an actor routine, so disqualified.
Okay.
Next one is Ralphie May's Cuba diving.
Oh, Cuba diving.
Shows what I know.
Another one gone too fast. Another one gone too soon. Ralphie May crossed several lines of cultures in his comedy, and that's kind of the identifier of great comedy to me, is that it is not specific to anybody. Nobody has ownership of it. Richard Pryor, George Carlin, Lenny Bruce, are some Red Fox, are some of the ones that crossed over boundaries, and it wasn't only a group that got it. It was kind of for everybody. Ralphie May was for everybody.
Dalton says Dave Chappelle's Milkman.
Yeah. Chappelle's got a long list of them. That's good.
Including Killing Them Softly is the next.
Yeah. That's a top level. That is a tough level one. One that comes to mind, Whoopi Goldberg, when she was on Broadway, she put a T-shirt over her hair, and she played this little girl who dreamed of having bouncing and behaving hair, and it was exceptional. It was exceptional. And then she had a speech with a junkie once that was pretty good. So who else you got? What else you got?
We have a vote for Roy Clark, but no act. Ron White, they call me Tater Salad.
They call me Tater. That's when he gets arrested. And it says, what's your name? He goes, they call me Tater. So that's a good one.
Jim Brewer, different kinds of alcohol to party.
Like it, don't love it, but I get it.
Okay.
I get it. Not for me, but I get it.
Cosby on the Dentist.
Oh, Smubbo.
Fiber.
Hey, mama. Yes. He has another one. One, Buck. When he goes back and tells the story of winning for the Buck Championship of the world. Another one. If you haven't listened to that one, that's a good one. And then Noah.
Okay.
Bill Cosby. Do you know the Noah one?
Oh yeah, Braun. There's no Noah. Yep.
Couldn't fix that, could you? Couldn't look out for me.
The other Cosby one I remember offhand is Mom's gone, dad's home with the kids, and he's making breakfast.
Breakfast cake.
Breakfast cake. I identify with that. That is me. That is my life. Eggs, wheat,
Dad
milk,
is great.
Gives us the
Chocolate cake. Yes.
Yes.
The mighty have fallen. Like he went from being the one. The little thing, his bit with Jeffrey, the little boy on the plane, that he's on a flight and it's just a mom and her son, Jeffrey. And it's like, how do I know his name? Because she said his name the entire flight. Jeffrey, no. Jeffrey, yes. Jeffrey, 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 Jeffrey. That's a very good one.
Chris Rock, Never Scared.
Chris Rock has so many really good bits.
Deep portfolio.
Yeah, that's why he's in that top 10 of comics, because he has so much. His ensemble is pretty cool.
Sam Kinison, World Hunger.
Oh, so Sam, I was around when Sam, again, another one who's gone too soon, but Sam, I was there when there was a time when Sam Kinison and Andrew Dice Clay were 1A and 1B, and they were doing comedy tours in arenas.
Which is nuts.
Just bananas that 18,000 people would pay to see Sam and Andrew Dice Clay. Like in the same week, they would go to do this thing. And Sam telling the story of, hey guys, you're my friends, right? You love me? If you see me out front, kill me. Kill me. And me and my friends, it was like, hey guys, I'm going on a date, but if you love me, don't let me go on this date. Kennison, and it transferred over nicely. Andrew Dice Clay was so hot that they made the movie. They made us watch Ford Fairlane. They made a whole movie with Andrew Dice Clay as the lead, as the detective. And then we would listen to Andrew Dice Clay sing songs live on stage with like a blues band. We look, the 90s was a weird time. It was a weird time. That's a very good call, though. Kennison is good. All right, what else you got?
We have, 5520 texted in 3 different ones.
Okay.
First one he says is Robin Williams, the golf bit, Scottish invented golf.
Oh, just explaining it is just brilliant. That's my new leader.
He doesn't need tickets, though.
Okay, that's my leader in the clubhouse. That's the standard that you have to set, because that bit is so good that, first of all, it's his bit and nobody else could do the bit.
Not like that.
Nobody
like
else could do the bit. Robin was his own. And that's why, I mean, that's another one. I'll ask you, who are your 5 comedians?
Okay, no particular order.
Okay.
Just rattling them off.
Okay.
Cosby, Carlin, Williams, Chappelle. And then I'll probably tell on myself a little bit here, but it's probably a toss-up between Brian Regan and Jim Gaffigan.
Brian Regan's
I've seen Brian Regan.
Brian Regan's right field, his like being the kid in right field, is still one of the great bits. Like that's a high level bit. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's go back to the text line. What else we got?
5520 continues. 2 Ralphie May ones. Ralphie May Tobacco and Mullet.
Mullet is fantastic. Tobacco actually made me spit a beer one night. Just like I was
didn't spit your beer.
Oh, it was so good. It's so good. Ralphie's delivery was so good, and he was so good facially. Like he would tell you the joke, and then his face was always the exclamation point. Like it was just like, boom, there. Like he would give it to you, and then applause. Right? Like that's how good Ralphie was.
We have Christopher Renew says Bert Kreischer and The Machine.
The Machine is so now. And I understand because it wasn't natural for him. He's a much better storyteller than his physical attributes would tell you he is. So that's why he crosses over. Very well done. That's a good one.
Bryce said the Noah skit from Cosby, but also Monsters.
Yes. Oh, well, well, Buck is it. But then them staying to watch the horror movie and then trying to get home because they end up running over this hobo. And they asked the hobo at the end of it well, what happened? And he goes, I don't know. There's just some small kid on top of a skinny kid. And all he was hitting him with a stick going, faster, faster, you fool, you fool. Because they were scared. They watched horror movies all day, and then they stayed too late, and their mom didn't come get them. So they had to walk home in the dark after watching a full day of horror movies. Fantastic stuff.
Omission for me on my list. I don't know who I'd kick off, but if I can turn my top 5 into a top 6, Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Delirious.
Eddie. Man, what's the routine? What's the best Eddie routine?
Coming to America.
The best comedy bit, ice cream. Ice cream. The ice cream man's coming.
It's been a minute since I've heard that. I'm going to probably have to jog my memory.
Oh, yeah, because, he does. You could be playing in the neighborhood, and then you'd hear, and you'd go, ice cream! Ice cream man is coming. You run up to mom, ice cream man just thrown out somebody. And then he gets his ice cream, and he's dancing because you have to dance when you get your ice cream.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then he dropped it. And his other friends created a song. You don't have no ice cream. To one poor kid.
Oh, no.
Because your family's on the welfare. You didn't get it. And then he drops it. And everybody's just standing there, and he picks it up and kisses it to the sky. Yeah, that's probably that, and Aunt Bunny. Aunt Bunny, who he believes she's not human. So yeah, that's good.
Brian Regan, Pop-Tarts and Spelling Bee.
Yes.
Ari Spears, Swagger.
Ari Spears is the best mimicker that currently exists. His Shaq impersonation is 100% the best. Ari Spears, he does Denzel, Jay-Z, and Shaq, and Shaq's the best.
Those are all very impressionable guys in their own ways.
Yeah, but he crushes them because he always puts some comic spin on it. So
nice.
That's good. Amy Schumer. What if I said there was a bit that Amy Schumer did that may or may not have involved somebody you know? I'll share it with you later. I will not share it with the masses.
Now I have to guess who it is.
Yeah, well, I'll just share it with you. And yeah.
I'm just guessing in my head.
What else
obviously.
is on the list?
Let's see.
Quickly,
Fluffy doing Bad Boys when he gets pulled over.
Yes. Very good.
Dave Chappelle and Clayton Bigsby.
It's exceptional. And the problem with Chappelle is that because of the TV show, there's so much of that crosses over.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Rich Pryor has the same problem because he had a TV show where he was the bartender at Star Wars Bar and Grill.
Oh,
just amazing. He's the bartender at the Star Wars Bar and Grill. So good. And then his Saturday Night Live Exorcist. Richard Pryor, Exorcist, outstanding.
While we're on Richard Pryor, someone says talking about the mob and Satin Doll.
Oh yeah, because they weren't getting paid, and so Richard Pryor decided he was going to play tough guy, and he pulled out a water pistol, and not thinking that the mobsters wouldn't recognize that it was a water pistol.
Yeah.
Because this guy's so funny. Yeah, do that again. Yes. Love it.
Norm Macdonald on Conan Battle Axe.
Yes.
Norm Macdonald is underrated. Like, again, R.I.P.
Yeah,
but Norm was good.
One day we will have the discussion about why that is with comedians.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's comedians, rock and roll, and pro wrestlers
who
burn out and live too fast, too hard, too often.
Norm Macdonald, Celebrity Jeopardy.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Norm Macdonald for me
Sean Connery, Celebrity Jeopardy.
He's Sean Connery and Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
Yes. Like, either of them works for me.
Mitch Hedberg,
who was ahead of his time and the greatest of the drywall comedians who just simply, like, you knew he was different. You thought it was just because he was high, but he was literally so good. Mitch is, that may be the new front runner. Mitch Hedberg was so dead on, always funny, authentic material, hits you right in the nose with it. That good.
Eddie Murphy Raw.
All of Raw is good. I was there when he did Delirious. So the think red suit rather than blue purple suit.
Okay.
Red suit was recorded at Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
And me and my friends were there. And the odd thing was, I mean, we loved Eddie, but we were also, because his opening act was the Bus Boys, who was this band who played in Eddie's movies and the Boys Are Back in Town, Bus Boys.
Yeah. Okay.
And we were as much there for the Bus Boys as we were Eddie. And then we ended up partying with him in Georgetown that night. So, yeah, it was a pretty cool night. That's a very cool night.
Harvey Korman and Tim Conway, The Dentist.
The Dentist, or anything with them and Mrs. Wiggins. Miss Wiggins, who was the receptionist, Tim Conway and Harvey Korman made each other laugh, along with Vicki Lawrence. That if I'm in a mood and I want to just laugh, I'll watch the outtakes from from Korman and Tim Conway. Harvey Korman, Harvey, my favorite Harvey is Blazing Saddles, where he plays Hedley Lamar, which is a takeoff on the actress Hedy Lamarr, and they keep mispronouncing. They keep calling him Hetty, and he's like, it's Hedley. And then History of the World, Harvey Korman, he plays this royal, and he has an aide, an assistant, and he and the assistant just don't get along. And it's fantastic. It's just fantastic. One of the great underrated comic actors ever.
Okay, we're starting to get into repeats here, so I'm gonna skip around a little bit. Vote for Nate Bargatze.
I see Mulroney. Yeah.
Carlin's baseball versus football.
Yes. That's okay.
All knowing, bad with money.
Yep.
Catholic.
Yep.
Yeah. Ben Bailey Road Rage.
Yes. Very good.
Okay. Let's see.
Mulroney does it for me.
Okay.
That may be the new standard. Because what's the one that he did where he said it's like having an elephant in a hospital? Because there's an elephant in the hospital. That was how he identified politics. Like, that was not a thing. Is the elephant in the hospital? it was just it's well done. And then him writing for, who's the guy that played Barry? Did the TV show Barry?
Oh.
And he does the nightclub reviews on Saturday Night Live. Well, Mulroney.
Oh, was it Hater?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he writes those. That's top level. That's top level.
We have Dana Carvey Church Chat.
Church Chat is good. Dana Carvey, Chopping Broccoli is my favorite. He sits down at a piano and he portrays a musician who is not writing a song. He goes, people that tell you, just shout out a title and I'll write a song about it. And somebody yells out, "You're chopping broccoli." And Dana Carvey starts playing the piano and he sings the song and it turns into an anthem. And so that's the new standard, because that was it's so good. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the new standard.
Angela Johnson Nail Salon.
Yes, and she got so much trouble for that. Like, people were like, "Hey, easy." Like, but she was right. Very good.
We have Jeff Dunham and Walter.
So good. There's one. John Panette. That's the one. That's going to be the winner. John Panette.
Still hungry?
Still hungry. He does. Okay. He does. He tells the story of doing he's performing in Europe. And he's a chubby guy. Mm-hmm. Another, rest in peace, gone too soon. But he tells the story of being hungry. And they're at an Italian restaurant in Europe. And he goes, he's just sitting here thinking, he goes, "Wait, we're in Europe. How far are we from Italy?" And the guy's like, "Oh, we can drive there." And he goes, We're eating Italian food when we're a mere drive away from the motherland? He goes, get in the car. Get in the car. And they drive and they go to an authentic Italian restaurant. And he proceeds, he goes, he didn't even order. He goes, we sat down and they just start bringing food. And the skinny people, I felt bad for them because it was too much food. They weren't built for it. They weren't going to make it. And yes, that's okay. That Panette is, there it is. That's the one that we'll go to. We'll go to break with that one. That's the winner. You can tell us what tickets you want. And then we'll do college football and then the NFL and set you up for I'm Hungry.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through October 24th are pre-packaged picana for just $7.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Fall is officially here, which means it's the perfect time to get outdoors and stay moving. If you're someone who enjoys going on walks in fall weather, but you notice heel pain in your foot when you wake up, it could be a sign of plantar fasciitis. A visit to Fleet Feet Lincoln can help you find the shoes and inserts you need to avoid that pain. Their Fit ID machine takes a 3D image of your feet and picks the shoes that work best for you. Visit Fleet Feet Lincoln, located off of 70th and Pioneers Boulevard, so you can stay moving.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa. Beginning October 13th, customers can take advantage of great cash and financing options on hot spring spas. Get up to $1,000 off a new High Life Collection spa or $500 off a new Limelight Collection spa when you pay in full, or get 0% APR for 60 months when you finance. This amazing offer ends October 23rd. Visit them at 33rd and Pioneers to learn more on how you can fall for savings at Bonsall Pool and Spa. Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf, inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
So what's this new concept happening at 1040 O Street? There's 93.7 The Ticket, there's The Mill Coffee and Tea, and there's Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery? Well, yeah, it's all of those things. It's a place for the community to hang out, grab a drink and a bite, and just chill, or work, or meet, or chat, or whatever you want to do. 93.7 The Ticket, The Mill Coffee and Tea, Grandma's Bake Shop and Beatrice Bakery, all together at 1040 O Street.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Poor Austin. I apologize to the entire Orman family, because he's being exposed to things that he probably wasn't. But was I wrong in Panette? Is that not?
No, that was fantastic. That was wonderful.
Like,
yes,
little Timmy.
Yeah,
poor Timmy.
He wasn't built for it.
He wasn't built for it. He was skinny. It was that. Panette was amazing.
I need an education, DP. Don't apologize. Right? It's up to me what I do with the education, but no one can hold you educating me against you.
Yeah, just from a comedy standpoint, like there's some bits that weren't in your orbit, in your natural orbit.
Mm-hmm.
But Panette, I feel good about, because that was there. Like I feel decent about sharing that one with you. And on the list of it, John Mulvaney, that's another one that's really good. There are others that, what a great list.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we didn't mention Red Skelton all segment.
Right, the bird.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene with him and the bird.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bit with Jerry Seinfeld where he talks about a bird flying into a mirror. And he goes, like, I understand that the bird's not expecting a mirror, but you would at least imagine that he would try to avoid the other bird. There's so much, like, I think that would be good. Like, we could put in a segment that just for bits that are safe for, car rides home from school and the like.
I will say dereliction of duty on my part. We did have some on YouTube as well. Steve, appreciate you on YouTube tapping in. He did say
Kate McKinnon is hilarious.
McKinnon, Foxworthy, Gilda Radner.
Gilda in her own room, where she's a Girl Scout and she just has to entertain herself. And she does great storytelling. Again, another one, gone too soon.
And Ivory Jazzman, Tim Conway's Elephant Story.
Kate McKinnon on Saturday Night Live describing any time that she was abducted by an alien is just, it's the funniest thing on TV.
When she's in her zone, she's in her zone.
It's the funniest thing. The fact that she left the show saddens me, but Stefan and then Kate McKinnon's lady who
What's your stance on people leaving SNL? Like, is it typically good for them? They're big enough to do their own thing. Do you like them trying to keep the band together and make the whole greater than the sum of its parts? Where are you at with that?
Well, one, it depends on where you are on the scale.
Sure.
And what it was Eddie Murphy had to leave SNL in order to be the version of Eddie Murphy. That there are people that I don't think Adam Sandler had to go.
Mm-hmm.
Norm Macdonald probably could have stayed a little longer, but that's okay. I understood it. David Spade probably could have stayed a while, but he didn't feel like he needed it. The women of SNL. Now, if I had to say like the name, I think Gilda Radner is the queen of SNL comedy. Jane Curtin, Kate McKinnon, Julie Louis-Dreyfus, but she wasn't that on the show.
No,
she wasn't. Sherry O'Terry,
okay,
who was the cheerleader with Will Ferrell.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get. Okay,
right.
Sure. Yep.
And if you don't follow her on social media, you probably should. She's hilarious.
Okay,
hilarious. I think those are the ones that Leslie Jones. Of course, trying to think of the people who had bits. Jane Curtin, the two girls.
Polar and Faye, because more modern, but like they're the duo.
They're at the top.
Yeah,
they're in the top. I think they make both make the top 5, right?
Together. Solo, they're fine, but I think they work well together.
Well, Tina, because she did news and then the weekend update.
Yeah.
And then they did it together, which was also kind of groundbreaking. But the lady, the sweaty balls couple, the two women who did that, they're always so subtle in their comedy.
Molly Shannon and Anna Gasteyer.
Yes, Anna Gasteyer. So Molly's in the top 5. Molly Shannon, just for the Catholic school girl alone, right? That she's, that bit is such a monumental bit. Plus Molly Shannon, when she does the, I'm 50 years old. The women of it, in order to make movies the way you want, Tina Fey had to leave. Of course, going to 30 Rock, that was like 40 Rock. Is it 30 Rock or 40 Rock? What am I missing?
It's 30.
30 Rock.
30,
okay.
Yeah.
It's there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to. Billy Crystal. Think about it. Billy Crystal was on Saturday Night Live, and like John Belushi, if he had stayed, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy, that original group is the standard because and then it went down. Like Chevy Chase, it went down, and then it has its characters now. I would not have imagined that Bill Hader would have become as big as he did.
Yeah.
That's the win. That's how John Mulaney. That I had no idea he was that funny because he was just a writer, and you missed it.
I view SNL and SportsCenter very similarly.
Yes.
In terms of the quality, what's been going on with those shows. Like there's a golden era that is easily definable for both of those shows.
Right.
And they stand the test of time as the, SNL brand and as a SportsCenter brand, but when you watch, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, because the times are different. The internet, the early days of ESPN, there was no internet. Like it didn't work that way.
No.
And they would loop shows because it was just too much. We didn't know what, I'm old enough to remember when ESPN didn't exist. So when it started, there were some sports on there that wasn't sports. It was some other stuff.
Right.
And then, Big East came along. Boxing and Big East basketball were, and then when the personalities started to develop, that's when you kind of understood that, okay, this is a juggernaut. This is kind of what needs to be done. There are those who will end on either side of it to say, well, it's never going to be the same. Because now it's talk television.
It'll never be the same, but you can still appreciate it for what it was and is.
Yeah, I mean, I would like for ESPN2 to be the old version of ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like I wish like MTV2 would go back to playing
Old
videos.
MTV, yes.
Go back and play videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like just pick, I don't care if it's internet videos, go play videos.
Find them. Mm-hmm.
And help create artists and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's just programming. It's just, It's not even music programming. It's just programming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even music based. So there's that. And this is how I know I'm old, because I'm that dude that I'm old enough to remember what it used to be and what it could be. And you have hope for it. So I think SportsCenter, because they specialize to individual sports, that football, college football, it doesn't do enough with hockey. That's a statement of truth. The partnership with UFC has been exceptional, but they still don't know how to use it.
Right.
They don't know how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get the weigh-ins, you get the ceremonial weigh-ins,
mm-hmm.
which if the UFC really wanted viewers, I've been in those rooms on Friday morning, every Friday morning, and I can tell you, the best television y'all never see is the official. Go to on any given Friday, you can find it now, and find this morning's weigh-in for Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
UFC 294 tomorrow, Abu Dhabi. Great card. But if they ever showed what those athletes go through on the morning to make weight, it is like I can't tell you how many times my jaw hits the ground in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not. I mean, first of all, these are barely humans, and for them to transform themselves and to torture themselves, and then all the stories of how they lose weight, because no two athletes lose weight the same way. No two of those athletes have the same diet.
Mm-hmm.
No two of those have the same body mass or same musculature. It's each one has their own process, their own levels, and you just they usually rent out a ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
But on that floor, there's all the bathrooms and all the separate spaces for different teams. And those people are in those bathrooms, and it is torture, man. It is like a lot of them are coming out of saunas and out of workouts, and it's
masochistic.
Yeah, to go. But the thing is that Dana will tell you, I don't pay these fighters for the fight necessarily.
Right.
Like I give bonuses for the fight, but the professional aspect is them being able to make weight.
Mm-hmm.
That integrity is big.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're going to go through some stuff because they got to figure out from the Drug Association administration what they're going to do. And the thing was, we have to make a decision. Do you want the best fighters at the best weights, no matter what they put in their bodies? Because if you can make a lower weight and carry more muscle mass, that's on you. That's kind of their perception.
Right.
I would rather and people can take it whatever way they want to take it. But would you rather watch Conor McGregor under the suspicion that he's juiced, or would you not? Did you enjoy Mark McGuire more during or without?
That was as I was being born, if that gives you any frame of reference.
Would you, if you go back and look at Barry Bonds, who was a Hall of Fame caliber player before,
mm-hmm.
and then you look at Barry Bonds when the supposed steroids, and I'll put air quotes behind it, that other Barry Bonds was a thing we've never seen and we'll never see again.
Nope.
We'll never see it. Like, we'll never see McGuire, Sosa, like that. No. Is it worth it? How do you manage that? How do you govern that? That's what UFC is doing. And because it's tied to Disney now,
mm-hmm.
they have to make decisions.
Do they ever?
Right? They have to make decisions. Disney has to say, is this really our brand or not? Same for WWE. You had
mm-hmm.
to make that decision because now you've partnered in the same space. And that it affects programming. It affects what people watch. It affects what people think about it. So it's always through all of this stuff. There's so much good stuff, and then there's so many questions. We may not even get to pick them because we still got to talk about Michigan.
Yeah.
So we'll toward the break. We'll close out this episode of Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite Tailored Light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's specials through October 24th are pre-packaged picana for just $7.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Agriculture is the economic engine of the Midwest. At Acres Equipment, we dedicate ourselves to making that engine run smoothly. We supply our farmers and ranchers with quality John Deere equipment, parts, and service. We also deliver the most advanced technology and precision ag strategies to help them farm today and for the future. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Leaves are falling and the temperatures are cooling down. But don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Leagues are underway with winter leagues beginning on November 27th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at Double Eagle Golf.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Our sales, precision ag, parts, and service teams are ready to serve you this planting season. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com. Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment before Amon streams in. He will be in. Got a text saying, well, I can't believe nobody mentioned Chris Farley. Right?
Give me Terrell Farley. I'll do. I want to
talk about a great. And listen,
love Terrell.
For the record, I'm not supposed to have a favorite segment on this station. I'm not supposed to. All segments should be my favorite. They're like my kids. I love you all. Same level. I should treat you the same way. But when Farley sings "I Lost My Baby," it is my favorite moment of the week. It's not like it's not early break, and I love Bill's stories. I love Shut Up Sipple. I love each show has. I love AD and Rash. Yeah, I love it. But Farley, "I Lost My Baby." One, we need to get a sponsor for it. And we need to do a full video. Because it's my favorite thing. And for folks who don't know, and again, all of the talent here, you're all my favorites. I'm not sure anybody at the station has a bigger heart than Terrell Farley. Like Terrell Farley is just good at heart, good, like always joyful. Bravo. And if you're not, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we will clip it and share it. They did it.
It's up. I think it is up already.
It is
93.7 Ticket.
Right. Yep. So go to 93.7 Ticket and whatever medium you're in, and it's Farley, and it's just the best. And it needs a sponsor. It needs a sponsor. That's a segment that Farley deserves something.
11:45 Fridays.
Yep. Like it's just the best. Okay. Couple of things. One, Michigan, and I kind of wanted to read the quote from Jim Harbaugh. Because in it, he states that I am not aware. I am not aware.
Really, Jimmy?
I am not aware. Now, listen. He says, I do not have any knowledge or information regarding the University of Michigan football program illegally stealing signals, nor have I directed any staff member or others to participate in off-campus scouting assignments. That's what he said. Listen, I'm going to speak from fatherhood and from coaching. That anything that happens in my house under my watch, I'm accountable for. And to say, once again, because we've heard this before, that I was not aware and then O, you took a suspension, you volunteered for it.
Mm-hmm.
The NCAA and the Big Ten Conference have a real problem because you can't say, as a parent, you can't say, here are the rules. And then when the rules are broken, make exceptions to the rules. There's simplicity in this thing. And I loved Michigan State saying, well, listen, maybe we shouldn't play. Because if there's no integrity in the game, and look, we understand that cheating is a part of all sports. That's why we get in the huddles. That's why we codes and we have signs and signals. But the standard is set for how you're going to deal with that and what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do. And I can tell you, everybody says, yeah, well, listen, even with that, there are audibles and people call things. And, we always, you go through and you go, okay, you stand at the line of scrimmage and you're like, all right, I'm going to let everybody know that I know where the middle of the defense is. And I'll just tell you whether to go left or right. And usually it's a word that begins with L or R, except for we got sneaky. So in Texas, we did it. We were playing a rival, and we understood that they were paying attention to whatever we would call out. So then we flipped it. So we made a list of all the words that had L or R in them.
Mm-hmm.
And in the first quarter, one game, we would say it's the first letter that we use, L or R. So if you said flowers,
L, left.
Second quarter, it would be the second of those two letters. Third quarter, it could be the second. And we made them judge. And they were different words. We understood that they were paying attention, and we understood that we had a responsibility to create a space where it worked for us.
Help your athletes succeed.
Right?
As a coach.
But for me to say that I didn't plan for cheating, you knew coaches that were cheating because it didn't make sense. If they were jumping routes and you didn't understand why they were jumping routes, it's your job to do something about it. Michigan, I thought you're better than that. Maybe you're not.
We got the name of the dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't even give him credit. Because if you're going to hire somebody, give them a fake title that is not what you do, and you're hiding him in a different department, and somehow he's on the field next to defensive coordinators reading signs and calling them out. And for him to say on his own LinkedIn what his major skills are. Not only did you know, nobody gets hired on Michigan's coaching staff without Jim Harbaugh. And certainly nobody gets hired without knowing. I'm Mark Green will take you through all the way up to kickoff. And then Nick Sander, Chris Rack down at Seacrest will bring you high school football. It's going to be a great Friday. And then we will start the full day tomorrow. Great day of lineups and pairings and otherwise to get ready for the 2 words. Beat Northwestern. That's all that matters. Austin Norman, thank you. Jay Foreman, thank you. Congratulations again. Chuck Foreman, we're out.
What would you tell a friend who was on the fence about going to Limitless Mail?
I would tell them to go to Limitless today. Don't hesitate. You're going to second guess yourself on if it's the right decision. The staff there is amazing. The treatments work. I'm living proof that it can completely change your life for the better.
Join thousands of men who have changed their lives with testosterone treatment. Slow down the aging process and live life. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmail.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Haviland. This week's specials through October 24th are pre-packaged picana for just $7.99 per pound. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Constructors Inc., a Nebco company, is now hiring mechanics to maintain fleet equipment and vehicle operations. Constructors offers mechanics a competitive salary, 4-day work weeks with overtime options, a $5,000 hiring bonus, a tool allowance, and great benefits. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. Apply today for their open mechanic positions. Visit constructorslincoln.com.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
The weather is getting colder, the leaves are falling, and hockey season is back in full effect. Lock in your seats for all 3 Stars games next month for the price of 2 games by purchasing a November package today. You'll get tickets for Military Night on November 4th against Cedar Rapids, the November 17th playoff rematch versus Des Moines, and the Blackout Wednesday game against Tri-City on November 22nd. Don't miss out on 3 great nights at the Icebox. Get your tickets now at LincolnStars.com.
Sutter Heyman Jewelers' 118th anniversary sale is going on right now. This sale only comes around once a year, so don't miss your chance to save 20% or more on everything diamond. Bridal and engagement rings, bracelets, earrings, and all diamond jewelry, 20% off or more. Our lowest prices of the year, now through October 25th, only at Sutter Heyman's 118th anniversary sale. Lincoln and Grand Island or SutterHeyman.com.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the Bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Welcome in to the Amon Green Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 12-year NFL veteran.
He's got some speed to go with strength.
Huskers and Green Bay Packers Hall of Famer.
Shovel pass to Green into Vikings territory. Finally brought down.
And University of Nebraska eSports coach.
Green all by himself. 20, 10, touchdown. 98 yards and a Lambeau leap.
Here is your host, Amon Green.
Welcome into the show. I'm Amon Green, your host. What's up, Harrison, man? How you doing?
Doing good. It's kind of getting that nice. I'm obviously very excited. My Bulls, a week away exactly, Wednesday, opening night. Yeah, NBA's right around the corner. We talked about it, Nebraska basketball. Yep. I think they're looking at less than 2 weeks. They're pretty close here, too. I want to say late October. Be their first game, I want to say 29th. But, yeah, basketball is just around the corner. It's kind of my sweet spot of the year. College hoops too. Obviously, I don't dive into too much of that. I kind of watch the Big Ten games. Obviously, as the tournament gets closer, kind of start taking a peek at other conferences, and then March Madness.
Of course.
Unfortunately, I'm not at a spot where I can take a sick day around here. that's one where you don't want to be calling in sick. But nonetheless, yeah, I'm just happy to be here. It's that best time of year, 100%.
Nice. Yeah, it is a good time. Weather's getting comfortable now.
Mm-hmm.
As we say on the football field, it's football weather. It's playing weather. You know, be out there, and I would not get tired in this type of weather when it was just nice and what I call crisp. I learned out up in Wisconsin, crisp,
not cold, crisp,
not cold, but crisp. And I would not get tired on a football field when it was like this. It wasn't hot, no humidity, zero humidities in the air. And so, guys, I could go forever. So that's when it was trouble for opposing teams. And I learned that here in high school when I played a few games. Once the cold weather changed by my sophomore year, junior year at Central, sophomore year at North, junior year at Central, I was like, oh, I'm not tired anymore. It's not hot as 80s out here on the football field. So, no, this is a good time of year. Like you said, got other sports. I've paid attention to the guys. I have a couple hoopers in my class.
Okay.
And they've been showing up late. I'm like, what's going on? I have to mark y'all now. Oh, we got practice now. I'm like, oh. I said, I'm messing around. I said, yeah, is this gonna be a daily thing, or y'all gonna get this straight? It was like, oh no, it's just for training camp right now. I'm like, all right, let your coaches know. I can't be showing up my class esports management not on time. Like, look, I keep it real.
I mean, that's fair enough, right?
Fair.
The coaches got to work with the teachers.
Yeah,
I'm not part of the school.
Exactly. That's like, hey, basketball, I love you, I support you, but you gotta keep the guys coming in on time for that 12:30 class that they have with me.
What are some of your kind of favorite things about teaching? You know, it's kind of a new journey for you. Obviously, you had some experience at your other stop, but you know, what are some of the things that you've really grown to love teaching?
I say just sharing my experiences, telling my stories. Because I wasn't a talker as a kid. You guys, my teammates here in Lincoln. You guys, VJ. You guys, the captain, as he's called now. T-Far. You guys, the black shirt. You guys, Jay. I really didn't talk. I was more of a guy. I was the stoic guy. I let my actions do all the speaking on the football field, because I know that if I say something, and you know, especially when it's a moment for like me to say something like talk out loud in terms of trash talking or anything like that, which guys wanted me to do, and I didn't do it. It just wasn't in my one, not in my vocabulary. 2, not in me, and 3, I wasn't good at it. So I wasn't going to. For those first 2 reasons, I was not going to try to trash talk. I'm still not good at it now. So if I'm trash talking to you now, and you know me, which you're getting to know me, Harrison, you'll find out I'm just having fun. I'm not serious at all, because I'm not a great trash talker. I'll bite somebody's stuff. I'll take Deion's trash talk, and I'll look at guys like Michael Irvin or even Larry Bird or Michael Jordan, but I'll use their stuff.
Yeah, Larry Bird, low-key, is one of the best trash talkers.
Best. He taught Michael Jordan how to trash talk. I know that for a fact. I was like, ooh.
Well, even like you kind of like in your way too. Like he would trash talk you through actions.
Like
I'm going to play the game with my left hand because it's too easy.
Right. I watched that video just a few weeks ago, and I don't know what popped up on my. I don't know if you know how you YouTube recommended the algorithm is just hearing and listening to everything, and I saw that and I played it, and I was like, because I like Larry Bird.